Good morning, everybody. I am Anusha, Assistant Professor of Computer Science Engineering, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today, I'll be discussing about programming with objects, which is based on Java. So, in today's video, we will be discussing about strings and enumerations. In the previous video, we have discussed about overloading methods and constructor, recursion, and about garbage collection. So let's move on to our today's video. So what is basically a string? String is a set of characters. But in Java, string is something different. They are having some other features also. The first thing is that they are immutable. That means once you create an object of a string, then the contents of that cannot be changed. So that is because of that it is called as immutable. Strings are always immutable. That means once you create a string, then that string will be added into the string pool, and you cannot change the contents of that string. And every string is actually an object of type string. So every string you create is an object of type string, and all the objects of strings are immutable. They cannot be changed. So if you want to make any change onto the string, then you have to create a new string itself. See, for example, let's say we have, this is an example of using a string. So you put the data in double quotes. So here we are creating a string of type string, the class string. This is the name of that string, and this is the contents of the string. So what happens? An object of name my string will be created with the content. This is a test. So an object of my string with the content, this is a test, will be created in the memory pool. Then we are displaying it. Now we can concatenate two strings by the use of plus operator. So this operator is overloaded here by the JDK itself. So if plus operator is used in between integers, then it acts as an addition operator. When it is used among strings, it acts as a concatenation operator. So let's say we are creating another string, my string, with I like Java. So these are the contents of it. So so there are three strings. I like and Java are three strings. They are concatenated and put in my string. So again, a new object, my string, will be created with I like Java in this line. So as I've told you, this is how the strings will look like. So when we create an object, this is a test. Then here we have in the memory pool, we have the object reference, which is pointing to the object. So when we create a new test, then if we don't have a reference to it, if we don't create any reference to that string, then it will lie like this. So here we have, this is a test of strings on Java. It's a different string altogether. So but this part doesn't have any reference to it, and this first string is having the reference with my string. So let's look into an example of strings. Here we are creating the string. This is our string. Now we are displaying. So we get the output. This is a test. Now what we are doing? We are performing my string dot concatenate with this string. So we are concatenating my string. What is my string? My string is having, this is a test. So what happens here? In this case, when you concatenate my string and this set, but we don't have any reference to it. So what happens? It will create this object will be created in the constant pool. So you get the content of my string concatenated with this, and a new object will be created. But since it is not having any reference, here, this we won't be able to access that string. So what happens here? Even this is since it is not having a reference to my string, Even though we are concatenating these two strings, whatever is the content of my string and what this string, it is not being referred. So when you try to print the string my string, it will print only the initial contents of it. It will print only the initial contents of it. So this part, this statement is creating a new object, but it is not being referenced by my string object, my string object. So that is why we that is why we are getting only the output as this is a test. So this my string, the my string object created here is not updated after concatenation also. It is when we concatenate these two strings, an entirely new string is being created and that is being stored in the memory pool. But since in our program it is not being referenced by any other, we are not able to access it. So now now what we are doing, we are concatenating the two and we are referring it by the same reference, memory reference. So what happens when this statement is executed? The my string will be made to point over here. So the my string is made to point over the new string. So it is creating initial contents of my string is concatenated with this. So you get this is a test of strings of Java. So we get this is a test of strings of Java. This object will be created and the my string memory references or object reference is made to point to this object. So after since we have a reference, when we try to print that object, we get this whole line. We get this whole line. So after the concatenation of these two, we get our new string being referenced by my string. So once we display my string, now we get the full content. So we get this full content in the output. So this is an example of showing that string is immutable. Now let's look into some of the methods which is available in the string class. So first we are creating two strings, first string and the second string, and they are referred by strOb1 and ob2. strOb2, these are the two objects which is having these contents. Now we are assigning the first object, the string ob1 into string ob3. So we get strOb3 also having the content of first string. Then we are concatenating ob1 and ob2 and storing it into strOb4. So when we display strOb4, we get this statement. So initially our content strOb1 contains first string, strOb2 contains second string, strOb3 also contains the first string, and ob4 is concatenation of ob1 and ob2. And when we display it, we get this line. We get this line. So plus is acting as a concatenation operator here. Now to find the length of a string, we use the method length. The method length is used to return the length. The method length returns the length of the length of that string on which it is called. So the strOb1 is having first string. So 5 plus 1, 6, 6 plus 6, 12. So we get the length of string ob1 is 12. So since strOb1 contains 6 characters, the length of the string is 12. Next is character at index. So we use the method character at a specific location. So at on a specific location, then it will return the content at location 3, character at location 3. So strOb1's content at third is S, and because it will start with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So the content at location 3 is S. So we got S. So let's write it over here. str ob1 contains first string. So the location, since string is an array of characters, it also start with index 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So the character, it is displaying the character at third location. The character at third location of OB object 1. So the character at third location is S. So we get the output S. Now we can use the equals operator to check whether two strings are equal or not. So strOb1 is first string and strOb2 was second string. So they are not equal. So when we check whether they are equal or not, they will check whether they are equal or not. It finds that they are not equal. Hence, this statement will be printed. strOb1 not equal to strOb2. So we got the output. Next, it is checking whether it contains some string. Whether that object contains some string. So strOb1 contains the string. So it contains the string. Hence, it will return true. So it is checking whether the strOb1 contains a substring string. So here from location 5, index 5 onwards, it is storing string. So it will display true. Next, next is index of method, which will return the index of the first occurrence of that particular character. So here we are checking for the character T. So the first occurrence of character T is present at fourth location, fourth index. So it displays 4. Next we have methods to convert them into uppercase and lowercase. So it is converting that object, the content of string OB1 into uppercase. So we get this output. Then we are checking whether they are so the compare to methods, it is used to compare these two strings. So it will return a positive value. It will return the comparative method will return a positive value if this string follows the argument string. So if the this string object comes after this argument, then it will lexicographically, that means according to dictionary value, according to the dictionary alphabetical order, we can say. So if this string is present after this string, then it will return positive value, or if this string is present before the argument, then it will return a negative value. And equals to operator is used to check whether these two strings are equal. So since they are not equal, we get false. And since these two, it will find the difference of the difference of each of the strings. So strOb2 is second string and OB1 is first string. So it S comes after. So this was strOb1 and strOb2 is second string. So second string. So when they compare lexicographically, the first character S itself comes after F. In the dictionary, S comes after F. So these two will, since the string object on which it is called, the string object is called on string object, compare to object is called, compare to method is called using the string object 1 is passed as the argument. So since this is this OB2 comes after OB1, it is returning a positive value. Since string OB2 is present after OB1, it returns a positive value. So this is about strings. So string class is a string. When we create any object of a string class, they are always immutable. We cannot edit the contents of the object created using strings. Next is enumerations. So enumeration is a list of named constants. We create it using enum keyword. They are a list of named constants which is created using the enum keyword. They are also of class type. They are of class type, but we do not instantiate. We do not instantiate it using the new operator. This enumeration can also have constructors, methods, and instance variables as that in class. The only the difference is that here we use the enum keyword. In class we use class keyword, and we don't use the new operator to instantiate the enum type. So this is how we general form of enumeration. We use the enumeration keyword followed by the name of the enumeration and the members of it. So we are creating an enumeration of apple, and it is having identifiers named as Jonathan, Goldendale, Reddell, Winsap, and Cortland. So these are all enumeration constants. These values are called as enumeration constants, and which are of public, static, and final type. The enumeration constants the enumeration constants used inside any enumeration is always public, static, and final type. Now if we want to create any enumeration, this is how we declare the enumeration. So here AP is a variable of enumeration type apple. Enumeration can also have more than one form of overloaded type, and all enumerations, they inherit the java.lang.enum class. There are also different methods which is available inside it, which can be used by all enumeration. Now we have seen how to create an enumeration variable. Now we are assign some enumeration value into it. We can these values can be assigned into that variable AP. So AP.reddel means we have the enumeration constant reddel available in this, that is being assigned into AP. We can also use enumeration constants for we can inside the if operator. They can be checked for comparison, they can be checked for equality, and also we can use these enumeration constant as control of a switch statement. It can be used as a control of a switch statement. Now there are the two mainly used methods of enumeration are values and value of. The values method, the general form of values method is public static enum type array and the values method. So this values method will return an array of this particular enum type. The values method will always return an array that contain the list of enumeration constant, and the value of method, the general form is public static enum type value of some, we are passing some string as an argument. So the value of method returns the enumeration constant whose value correspond to the string passed into str. So it will return the enumeration, the value of method will return the enumeration constant corresponding to the string passed to it, and the values method will return an array that contains the enumeration constant of enum type. Now let's look into an example of using enumerations. Here we are creating a class. We are creating a enumeration apple with these constants: Jonathan, Goldendale, Reddell, Winsap, and Cortland. So now we are to access these, we are creating an object of enum type apple. So that is AP. Now we are assigning redtail to AP. To assign any of the constants, as I've told you, we can assign any constant of redtail onto the variable AP. So now we are displaying the content of AP. So you get value of AP is AP. AP was redtail. So we get redtail displayed. Next we are assigning we are checking apple to golden tail. So we are comparing AP. AP is containing apple.goldentail. So we are comparing that and apple.goldentail. So they both are equal. So it is made to print this statement: AP contains goldentail, since AP and these both are equal. Next, AP is pointing to AP is containing goldentail. So we can use it as a switch inside a switch statement. So this AP is goldentail. So this value will be compared with the case constants, wherein it finds that this AP is same as matching with this case. So the statement inside the goldentail block will be displayed. So we get the output golden delicious is yellow. So we get the output as golden delicious is yellow. Now we are using the apples values method. So values method will return a array of the enumeration constant. So here we are calling values over apple enumeration. So it will return that which will return all the constants available inside that into the array all apples. Now we are using a for each loop to iterate over that array. So the type of that iterator variable is apple. A is our iterator variable, and we are iterating through the array all apples, and we are displaying the content. So we get Jonathan, Goldentail, Redtail, Winsap and Cortland. So these were the 5 values. These are the 5 values which is available inside that apple enumeration. So those are being displayed. So values method will return the contents of the enumeration apple to the array all apples, and we have displayed all of them. Next, we are checking with what we are using the method values of. So we are assigning into AP we are assigning the value of the enumeration Winsap. So whatever what it will do, it will compare this value and the values which is available inside the apple enumeration, and whatever is matching to Winsap, whatever is matching to this string will be stored into AP. So since this Winsap is matching to the string which we have passed is mapping to Winsap, it will store this Winsap into AP. So it will store this Winsap into AP, and AP contains Winsap. So after storing, we are displaying the contents of AP. So when the content of AP is Winsap. So these are 2 of the important methods which is used over enumerations. Next, for each enumeration constant will have based on its location or the position of that constant, they all have some value. That value is called as ordinal value. So ordinal value indicates the position of the enumeration constant in that list. In that list of enumeration, what is the location of that enumeration? That is described by ordinal value, and its general form is final int ordinal. That means this method cannot be inherited. And the values always start with, the ordinal values always start with 0. That means in our example, Jonathan will be at location 1, Goldentail at location 2, Redtail ordinal value is 2, this is 3 and 4. So always ordinal value starts with number 0. Then we can use the comparative and equals method on enumeration. Comparative can be used to compare the ordinal values of two constants of the same type. They should be always of the same enumeration type. And also equals to, or we can use it for the equality checking of the two enumeration constants of the same enumeration. Now let's look into an example. So here we are passing some value also to it. We are making use of constructors also for the enumeration. It can have constructors also. So here this enumeration apple contains the variables, contains these constants, and those constants are initialized to 10, 20, 30, 40, and this is not initialized to any value. So to initialize these values, we are using the constructor apple, and we are passing int b. And also this enumeration apple contains a instance variable named as price. So the constructor is used to initialize the price to the value which is being passed to it. So there are two constructors. This is one constructor and this is another. So these two are overloaded constructors of the enumeration type. Now this constructor is initializing that each value to the value to whatever is being passed to it, and the empty constructor initializes the price value to -1. So in each of these cases, for Jonathan, Goldendale, Reddell and Winsap, we can assign the values of price to 10, 20, 30 and 40. Whereas in case of Cortland, the price value is set to -1. So the price value is set to -1 for the case for Cortland. So we are having overloaded constructors in enumeration also. Then we have a method named as getPrice, which will return the value of the price variable, whatever is being stored. Now inside the other class, we are creating an enumeration variable, and so here we are displaying we are trying to retrieve the Winsap's price. So what is Winsap price? Winsap price is 40. So apple.winsap getPrice means this getPrice method will retrieve the price of Winsap. So which is 40. The price of Winsap is 40. So that will be retrieved and displayed here. So we get the output Winsap costs 40 cents. So the output of the statement is given like this. So getPrice method is used to retrieve the price, the variable, the value of the price, value of the price variable member of Winsap. So which is stored when we create this enumeration. What happens? All these enumerations. So Jonathan will have 10. Will have 10. The price variable of Jonathan will be set to 10. Goldendale will be set to 20. Reddell will be set to 30. Winsap will be set to 40. And Cortland will be set to -1. Since it is not having any value. So here when you call getPrice over Winsap, apple.winsap, it will retrieve the content of Winsap price, which is 40. So we get 40 here. The output we get 40. Next, we are using the values method. The values method is used to retrieve all the price of each of the enumeration constant. So here it will return apple.value means it will return the array as these contents. So this will be returned as an array to this for loop, and on which we are using an iterator variable of apple type to iterate over all these constants. So what will we get in output? We get A. What is A initially? Initially A is pointing to Jonathan. So A takes Jonathan. So Jonathan cost A dot get price. Get price means on A. That means on Jonathan we are calling get price. So Jonathan's price is what it is? 10. So what will be getting the output? Jonathan cost 10 cents. So we get Jonathan cost 10 cents. Next, A will move to the next value of that array. So which is golden del. So golden del. So what will be the output? In the output we get golden del cost. What is golden del's golden del dot get price? It will return 20. So golden del cost 20 cents. We get the output golden del cost 20 cents. Next, A will be pointing over to red del. So A contains red del. So it will display red del cost 30 cents. Red del cost 30 cents. Likewise, until this for loop will iterate until all the contents of the array is being displayed. So until it gets all the values in that array, all the elements in that array, this loop will continue. So once it displays the Kotlin, it will stop. So since Kotlin value was -1, it will display Kotlin cost -1 cent. So you get this output as well. Next we are displaying the ordinal value of WinSap. So WinSap, what is the ordinal value of WinSap? Jonathan is 0, golden del is 1, red del is 2, WinSap is 3 and Kotlin is 4. So WinSap's ordinal value is 3. So we get WinSap's ordinal value is apple.WinSap, means WinSap's ordinal value, whatever is the location or the position of WinSap in that enumeration constants, in that enumeration constant list, that will be displayed. So it is WinSap was present at third location. So we get the ordinal value as 3. Then now we are displaying all the ordinal values of that whole set. So we again we are using the values method to retrieve that as array, and that array is being iterated using the apple type, and it will display for every value of A. So A will start from Jonathan. So Jonathan's ordinal value was 0. We have seen Jonathan's ordinal value is 0. Golden del is 1. Red del is 2. WinSap is 3 and Kotlin is 4. So Jonathan's ordinal value is 0. So you get, so initially A will take Jonathan's value. So Jonathan's ordinal value was 0. So you get Jonathan space A dot ordinal means Jonathan dot ordinal, which is 0. So you get Jonathan 0. Then A will point to golden del. Golden del space golden del dot ordinal. Since golden del is present at the second location, its ordinal value will be 1. So the value 1 is displayed. Next, it will A will take the red del, which is at third location, and its ordinal value will be 2. So you get red del 2. Then next it points to WinSap. WinSap is at the fourth location. So ordinal value is 3. So you get WinSap as 3. WinSap 3. Likewise, Kotlin is at location 4. Its position is 4. So you get the output as 4. Ordinal value will be 4 for Kotlin. Now we are creating 3 objects and we are using the compare to and equal to method. So using compare to, what is AP was apple dot red del. So in our, what it will check, the compare to method will check who comes first. So in our example, red del is coming, red del is at third position, and AP2 is golden del. So red del is third. So let's say this was our array. So Jonathan was first element. So we are using red del and golden del. So red del is at third location and golden del is at second location. So when you compare those two, AP is red del and AP2 is golden del. So it will return if AP since since red del comes after golden del, it will return a positive value. So it will return a positive value. So it will be greater than, that element will be greater than 0. So AP dot compare to AP2. That means AP2 is our golden del, AP2 is golden del, and AP is red del. So AP comes after golden del. So the compare to operation will return a positive number. So compare to operation will return a positive number since AP comes after AP2. AP comes after AP2. Hence, this statement will be executed. So we get the output red del comes after golden del. Red del comes after golden del. Next, we are checking AP3. AP and AP3 are same. AP and AP3 are same. So you are using the if they are same, then it will return 0. So AP dot compared to AP3 means it will return 0. Since it is equal to 0, we get red del equals red del. So you get red del equals red del. Okay. Next, we are using the equals operator. So they will check the equality of the both. AP was red del and AP2 was golden del. AP is red del and AP2 is golden del. So AP equals AP2 means they are not equal. So they are not equals. So the statement won't be printed. Next, AP equals AP3. AP is what? AP3 is also red del. So AP is red del. AP3 is also red del. So they both are equal. So hence it will return true. So you get this output printed. So you get red del equals red del. Similarly, we are checking with equality operator. AP equal to, using the equality operator, we are checking the equality of AP and AP3. They both are equal. So the statement will be printed. So you get this output. So anyway, we have seen some what is Java enumerations in Java and what are the various methods which can be used over enumerations, and how enumeration how we can use it. How enumeration will be how enumeration is similar to class, since they are also having the constructors. It also have instance variables and it can have methods also. Instance members are allowed in enumeration. The main difference is that we need not use the new operator to initialize or instantiate the enumeration variable, and also we make use of the keyword enum to create any enumeration in Java. And enumerations are a set of constants. So to prepare these slides, I have referred Java Complete Reference by Herbert Schill, 9th edition, and also the Oracle documentation for Java. So these are the two main links which I have referred to prepare this slide. So that is all for today. So in today's class, we have discussed about strings and enumeration in Java. Thank you for watching my video. We'll continue in the next session. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.